Okay, Gigantha revealed. We're on the draw. Yeah. The hell. I get paid for each HelloFresh sign up. I don't think I've said that. I think I get $50 per sign up plus like a base sponsor for the streams we did, which is pretty good. Ooh, up against goblins. Don't have the needle in the main deck for the vial. Ooh, they're main decking Thoughtseize? Surprised they let me say that. I mean, I don't know that I'm allowed to say that. I didn't see it explicitly in the rules that I wasn't, but also, like, they're not watching, you know what I mean? They're not watching. I do think it's fine. But, and I was not told it wasn't fine, but they're also, like, never gonna find out. And if they do, we'll be okay. Mobius, 12 months, thank you. We're going a bigger version of Jund with Soul that takes advantage of the extra land, something like stop Tarmogoyf for Spyro, maybe some number of 5-drops. I don't really feel like you're very incentivized to play 5-drops in Jund. I feel like taking that change would decrease your overall win percentage, which I say this a lot. That's really what it comes down to. So often of the time, like, does this action increase or decrease your overall win percentage? And to me, I think that would likely decrease it. So my plan here is go make Saga token, then float mana, cast Springleaf Drum, play Tracker, crack, or play fetch land, have 2 mana available to either sacrifice a clue, worst case scenario, or maybe you find something better to do. Yeah. Also, like, you have Gigantha and Tireless Tracker. Like I would be interested in playing 4 trackers before the first season Pyromancer. I'd be interested in playing maybe Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but I also say this there are exceptions to this point, but for the most part, like, grindy value 5 mana spells have been, like, almost completely made unplayable with the printing of Counterspell into Modern. There are definitely some playable counterspells. I'm not saying that exhaustively you can't play, or sorry, playable 5-drops. There are. Ooh, that's a great draw. There are definitely a small range of 5 mana. So maybe I'll get Shadowspear now. Just go Tracker, fetch, bolts, and have the Shadowspear available to trample over the goblins. Yeah, it's you just don't want to be playing counterspell or 5 mana threats in the counterspell format. This is game 1, so I don't have the needle in the deck. For the 4 tracker over Squee. Right now I have 2 tracker, 1 Squee. The Squee is, like, very much experimental. I think that, like, the more I look at Squee, I'm like, this card is, like, very hard to evaluate. I definitely remember, seeing Uro and like just not knowing how to evaluate the escape cost on Uro and how that played in games. And Squee is essentially Goblin Rabblemaster with escape. Obviously, it doesn't hit as hard, but it hits pretty hard, and escapes 4 instead of escape 5. And I just kind of feel like it looks like really nutty, really really good to me. So I'm pretty interested in continuing to test it. It's obviously, you could talk all day about these 3 and 4 mana slots in Jund Saga, and I think that it's very likely you would have 5 different Jund Saga players come to 5 different conclusions about the best build. So they reveal Slinging Lieutenant here. Violet in main phase. And then they're killing my Construct token, okay. Very interesting draw. I'm gonna equip if my opponent wants to block all 5 creatures on the Tireless Tracker and make me sack a clue to trade. I'm down, and they also don't get to sack any of these for value. Could Squee have a more aggro deck? It's tough because the card is like super resilient. I think the card may be a good fit in like non-scam Rakdos or maybe Rakdos scam too. Yeah, this is not the only place I'm going to put Squee in. You know, I'm mostly like, you know, more interested in continuing to play with Soul of Windgrace today, to be honest. But yes, I do think that it's kind of an ambitious attack. I do think that Squee has a lot of potential. Obosh Red, yeah. I mean, Obosh Red, you know, already is really clumped up at 3 mana, but maybe. Don't really need to. I guess I could find bolts. Oh, I might want to Boseiju the Vial though. Let me just attack. Let me just attack. You need a CFB article? What CFB article do you need? So I have to sack 2 goblins right now. I can sack a clue to make them sack another goblin, but I feel like just going, let damage happen. Terminate this. Hold up Boseiju / terminate. If they vial in a 4-drop, we'll reevaluate, but if they don't have a 4-drop in their hand, and we'll just Boseiju them. And they even just concede before I do anything. I need you to tank the cash value of Leyline Binding. Well, I'm really hyped on Leyline Binding. You might be happy to hear that it's really good at blue-white control. Or at least we played in blue-white control the other day, and it felt really good. I've also gone on and on about how it's my pick for the best, the best card of the new set. Also, you know, I don't know that the Channel Fireball articles have the amount of impact to tank the cash price of a card. The only way that you can get a Channel Fireball article to generate a ton of buzz and excitement is if you write about EDH and express any single opinion about EDH. I think I'll play 1 Ragavan. Maybe play the 2nd Pyrite Spellbomb. I might just have to play the Ragavans. I feel like I'm not that interested in hers, extra Boseiju. Maybe 1 more Boseiju is okay. Play 2 Boseiju, 2 Monkey. Like in the Prince Rhino deck. Yeah, Prince and I think also Menino Ne have been playing Leyline Binding and Rhinos. Menino Ne has been playing Sign of Draco, very similar to the list I played like right after release, although he's also playing a couple of Dead Gons. What's more impactful, John? Soul of Windgrace or Riveteer's Charm? I think that Soul of Windgrace probably just where Charm is awkward in the Saga deck. Also, obviously Charm is like, you know, it didn't end up being as impactful as I expected, but still not an unreasonable card to play. I still love that card, though. Is Force of Vigor okay sub for Boseiju in the board? It's okay. Yeah, that or Ancient Grudge, but it is really nice in this version that you get a lot of, like... Get Blood Crypt here. In this version, you get a lot of like flexibility by playing Boseiju because that's better against Tron, Titan, and Hammer, and also like randomly Belcher and stuff. Okay, well their hand sucks. How in the world was this a keep? Yell shame, Thoughtseize. The Horde Masters shouldn't matter that much because they don't have that much mana. I think I'll just take the Prospector. Never punished. My friend makes fun of Charming Prince. He only shows up next to Solitude. Revive decks that are good to him. It's not there. It's not there just as a way to cast Solitude. I also think Charming... land, baby! Land. Jeez. Must be nice, huh? I'm also, like, to be honest, kind of a Solitude hater. I think I might... push Heat this turn. And I'll wait till the draw step. If they... No, it's just like... They can find too many things on top that are rough. Like, Sling Gang Lieutenant, Kiki Jiki, Munitions Expert. Yeah, the thing with I like Charming Prince if you're playing either Aether Vial or Court of Calling. They drew Matron, or oh, so they already had the Matron. That's really the only two scenarios where I like the card. So I guess I'm just going to get a tap Triome. They get a Ringleader. We see they just get Breach on mode at all. Yeah, I've seen it on Magic Online. That deck is very good. It is I think finally getting some of the love that it deserves, huh? Okay. So they do have Munitions Expert. I can play a Tireless Tracker, though, and basically kind of make that their whole turn. Could also hold up Removal, which is pretty bad if they Ringleader. Yeah, let me hold up Removal. I think there's a good chance they're just gonna like not draw a land. The literally third land in a row. They kept a one lander this game. Come on, opponent! Come on! What? Please! They were on the play. One lander on the play. This Ringleader was not in their hands, in their opening hand. Ringleader on turn 4, baby. Snatching up 2 Munitions Experts. So hand is 3 Experts. Holy shit. And a Horde Master. Built different, huh? Alright, we'll play Boseiju this turn. Kelto, 3 months, thank you. Yeah, Goblins is a good deck. So they play their Horde Master. Just gonna push this now. Oh, I guess I should have done this main phase. They could have another Horde Master. They had a Cavern of Souls, though. Another land. Dude, hold on. They literally had 5 lands in a row on top. Or, I guess they shuffled a little bit. But they hit another land drop here. They're gonna be able to expert a token. We'll just do it. Straight this now. Dubba, thank you for Twitch Prime. Thank you. Yeah, they're flooded, huh? No, they matroned for the Ringleader. They didn't draw the Ringleader naturally or anything. Unnatural Ringleader. Look at the Pyrite Spellbomb. I guess I get a Pyrite Spellbomb here. Thank you, Dubba. I think it seems correct to just kill a 1/1. I know it's kind of dopey, but we're a little bit at risk of dying to dopey 1/1 beatdowns here. Oh, well. Max punished with them having Snoop in their hand as the 1 mystery card. Their hand is also 2 Experts and a Crater Maker. Maybe saving this for Crater Maker was correct. Could be convinced that that was better. Watch the new Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones shows. I've seen all the Game of Thrones episodes. I haven't seen the Lord of the Rings show yet, but I wanted to, but we got a puppy instead. My pet card is Azuria's Signet. Ooh, Slinging on top. Yeah, I like the new Game of Thrones show, you know. I like, you know, most Game of Thrones fans didn't like the... I guess I'm just dead, right? I was, you know, didn't enjoy the last season. Alright, game 3. They hit another land drop, by the way. 1 lander on the play, 6 lands by turn 6. Gross. I do like Ragavan of my own more on the play for sure. I think I'm down to cut the second Pyrite Spellbomb, play the 3rd copy. Yeah, but I'll watch the Lord of the Rings show eventually. I'm excited for it. I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. House of the Dragon's been really good so far, or at least I've liked it a lot. Although, there was an awesome character... I won't say anything. I don't say anything, never mind. I was just very sad. I was just very sad that we lost someone last episode. I've said too much. Alright, spoiler, somebody dies in an episode of Game of Thrones, or House of Dragon. Big spoiler. A character at some point dies. Huge spoiler. Alright, Mogwar Marshal pretty good against this monkey, huh? Let's slam the soul though. Oh yeah, I can still dare Wooded Foothills so that I can still Wrenn and Six my Catacombs. Could also maybe just pinged also. Well, the premium target removal, do you think Boggles could shine again? This is a delusion that some Boggles players trick themselves into every couple months. That Boggles is secretly good because there's a lot of removal. But there's also like a lot of cards that are incidentally good against Goblins at the moment. Okay, they find it. They tutored up a munitions expert. So I think I want to Thoughtseize that munitions expert. I need to kill the Snoop also. So let me just Thoughtseize first. Snoop, Trashmaster, Ringleader, Expert. Pretty good hand. I think I'm going to play equip Shadowspear to the Soul instead of the Ragavan, since like they can double block and or hold on. Yeah, they did have a land in their hand, right? Their hand is Snoop. Yeah, they have a land. So I want them to draw that land for turn. Could also trade Ragavan for a Goblin here. Yeah, I don't think it's getting any better because they could just Trashmaster kill the Shadowspear. Need to remember these abilities too. Gain a life, draw a card, indestructible, untap. I'm gonna need to kill this Snoop this turn. Hopefully they don't have another one. Horde Master though. I can ping the Horde Master if they cast it. They shuffle away the Horde Master instead. Cavern on top. So they can play a Trash Master. Gonna ping this. It's fine. Let's draw a card. Not a bad card at all. Go to combat. Any updates to Black Red Sack? I haven't been working on it super hard, to be honest. It just didn't get anything from the new set, so I've just been working on, you know, the new set. So I think I'm Thoughtseizing Ringleader rather than activating Soul for a card again this turn. I'm going to play the Den also. I guess I could discard the Den for a card, but I kind of want to activate it this game. More mana, more better. I guess they knew their top card was a land, right? Okay. The lore getting a bit confusing. Ooh, double green source, can't cast Ragavan. Get the mulligan. Okay, this hand's fine. We can go turn 1, Springleaf Drum, turn 2, Tarmogoyf Inquisition. I think I'm gonna put back the Squee. Put on some Nimble to 6. Okay, see 4 column now splashing black for Windgrace and Leyline. Yeah. Yeah, I can. So here's I've already said this a few times, but I think that the 4-color players are gonna be adding Leyline. I think in 1 month from now, you're gonna see a lot of 4-color players tweeting wins of their tournaments with Leyline. And good for them. I think it's gonna take 4-color players exactly 1 month for Leyline to become a staple in the deck. But I think that right now they're really stuck on how to make room in their 80-card deck. But I honestly can't imagine, like, after me playing with Leyline and blue-white control and Rhinos, and seeing how easily it fits in 4-color, I could not imagine that it does not just become a staple in that deck. Alright, not going to Inquisition into the Sentinel. What Leyline and why? Leyline Binding. Leyline Binding is a 6-mana enchantment. It costs 1 less for each basic land type, and it can exile any non-land permanent at instant speed. So it's just exile target non-land permanent for 1 mana at instant speed. A huge, huge chunk of the time. Okay, pretty good matchup, although our hand is not amazing in the matchup, admittedly. Let's go Tracker this turn into... Oh, my main phase stop ended. Yeah, exactly. They should just be cutting like some number of removal spells, most likely. Maybe play a little bit of extra removal, but it's definitely a better removal spell for them than Unholy Heat. And you know what? I don't usually do this, but I think that they're a combo deck. I need to not be dying next turn. We can Inquisition into the Sentinel. I have 2 also. I'd take a Sentinel, I guess. Good player on the spell Pierce. Pianos for 12 months, thank you. Caleb ran into more than a few Leyline Bindings, some were splashing Black and Money pile for Binding Busters. I think that's fine. At the very least, I haven't seen it a single time yet. And I think whenever I played against 4-color, I still haven't seen it. But I do expect it to be a 4-of in that deck once the 4-color players start adapting it, which I predict will be like a month or so. Maybe sooner. Okay, Trash for Treasure. Splashing white for Esper Sentinel. I don't know if you saw, I played a deck kind of similar to this recently. I was really liking what's the card? God Pharaoh's statue as one of the payoffs for this stack. I thought that was a good one to be on. Get Swamp here probably. Maybe Shocking's fine because I'm maybe gonna just gain some life too. Yeah, let's equip onto the Tarmogoyf here. They can just block, whatever creature doesn't have trample, give it protection from green, so no reason to attack with 2 creatures. So I played that recently. I really like God Pharaoh's statue as a Trash for Treasure tutor target. And I also liked it with Sundering Titan because what you can do is if you go Goblin Engineer for God Pharaoh's statue, your engineer dies. Trash for Treasure, bring back statue. You can reanimate the engineer and put a Sundering Titan in your graveyard for next turn to reanimate with the God Pharaoh statue. You also can't equip Shadowspear to Inkwell Leviathan, which was an issue. I thought that was going to be a pretty relevant thing to help the Murktide matchup, but it doesn't work. So I became a little less enamored with that interaction. But I do think splashing white for Esper Sentinel makes a ton of sense in the list. I don't think that these Giver of Runes make a ton of sense where every single creature in your deck gives you some value before it gets spot removaled. Yeah, I don't like these Giver of Runes very much, but okay, they have a Spell Pierce Mystery card over here. But besides that, I think I'm pretty happy with how this list looks. Obviously, we have to play something instead. Maybe Galvanic Blast is the right play there. We got first if that's statue. Sorry, yeah, I got it confused because I was actually playing the statue in the sideboard for combo decks and stuff. But yeah, that is what I mean. That is what I mean. And yeah, I did like the statue in the sideboard for combo decks. Had it in the main deck for a little bit. Oh, you should be playing over Giver of Runes is Ragavan. Unfortunately, Ragavan. And maybe just 4 Ragavan, no Canonist, and just a splash for Sentinel, which I think makes sense. But I know that Ragavan sucks, and if you don't want to play it, I understand. But it is what you should be playing. Nothing glaringly wrong with the sideboard. I do recommend the Godfarer statue in the sideboard, though. Probably over the defense grid. I'm not a big defense grid fan. Okay. Boseiju, Pyrite Spellbomb, Alpine Moon. Sometimes bring a Needle, sometimes don't. Do you think I want to trim a Soul in this matchup? Trim a Din. Go down to like 3 or 4 discard spells. Get both Nihil Spellbombs. Squee. Yeah, you can play Stoneforge and Cauldron too. That would be fine, I think. Some overlapping synergy, being able to trash for Treasure Cauldron is just fine. Reanimating Stoneforge Mystic is also kind of cool with Godfarer statue because it gets haste. Something to think about. Let's submit this. Maybe Turok's better than Tarmogoyf though. Could play 2/2. Maybe play like 2 We're on the draw, I guess. Hold on, we're on the draw. Maybe I want no Ragavans on the draw. I'll bring more in on the play. I guess it's tough to play 1. Yeah, sorry. I did when I played the Trash for Treasure deck a couple weeks ago. I mixed up Godfarer's Gift and Statue the entire stream. I don't think I said it the correct way one time. So sorry. Yeah, the list is on. It should be at YouTube, Channel Fireball, Stream Decker, if Stream Decker ever comes back online. Soul's been really good. You know, it's not like anything super revolutionary, right? Where Jund Saga is really interested in playing like one, you know, or not one copy, but like, you know, some number of 3 and 4 mana grindy spells. And I think that Soul is better than Bloodbraid, better than Liliana, Season Pyromancer, Fable the Mirror Breaker, Tireless Tracker. It's just like, it seems like to me to be almost clearly the best like grindy 4-drop for this deck. Which is saying something for you know, Jund midrange, right? But it's been phenomenally good. A lot of synergy, really powerful, does so much. Has Windgrace in the name. Is Chalice not needed inside? Chalice makes you lose Gigantha, so I'm playing a Void Mirror instead. But yeah, but I would also like certainly say it's not needed, you know what I mean? Like you have a lot of graveyard hate for Living End in the stack, and you have Urza Saga tokens, which are typically pretty good against Rhinos. So I don't feel like the I don't feel like that you need Chalice in the sideboard. You're like a lot weaker to Glimpse combo, but Glimpse combo is like continues to be like really underplayed in Modern. That deck is really, really good. Okay, opponent grabs the Reality Chip here. I do feel like I'm supposed to use my Fatal Push on this Stoneforge. Totally okay to play a bit slower here. I want to save the Alpine Moon for Saga, but it's also possible that excuse me, that I end up Alpine Mooning the Inkmoth Nexus. So I think I'm just gonna hold for now. Creativity is also underplayed. Creativity was underplayed for a long time, and then I actually feel like recently it's like definitely like a top 5 Modern deck in popularity, or top 4. There is a Stream Decker alternative. It's Cardboard Live. I've tried to use it too. There's some issues with it also. I don't know. I mean, Stream Decker ultimately is a free service, and I'm thankful that it exists. Maybe there's a way we can help out the Stream Decker stuff. I'm gonna save this for Sanctifier and Vec. Definitely interested in using my mana though. I might Gigantha in my hand this turn. Hold up Spellbomb activation. Oh, no, I'm just going to Turok. Oh, no, if I Turok here... if I Turok, I die to a top-decked Hammer. Then that seems not ideal. So I'll just Alpine Moon the Inkmoth Nexus now. I can Boseiju Urza Saga. And maybe they'll just, you know, draw hammers. I get to Turok them here. I'd be lucky. Yeah, I have played Company and Paper. I played it at 2 RCQs. I top 8'd my first one. I did really. I think I was X and 1 in the Swiss. No, I was undefeated in the Swiss. Yeah, I was undefeated in the Swiss. I was 5-0 double draw into top 8. And then I lost my first round of top 8 to Hammer Time. And I lost. It was kind of weird. I lost both games to. I lost both games to Ginger Brute. I couldn't, like, the fact that I just couldn't block Ginger Brute was the deciding factor in games 1 and 3. I won game 2, I think, if I remember correctly. That was the deciding factor in the match, was I couldn't block Ginger Brute, which was not, like, something that had come up, like, in any of my, like, Magic Online testing. Ginger Brute was never, like, the problem. And then I played it at a second RCQ like 2-3 weeks ago or something, and I beat Tron. I beat a really interesting Rhinos variant that was playing a lot of domain cards, but was also playing Territorial Kavu, and was just okay cascading into Kavu or Rhinos. And then I got demolished by Merfolk, absolutely shattered to smithereens by Merfolk. And then I stumbled against Burn, and that was my tournament. Okay, they named Den of the Bugbear here. Okay, they had 2 Paladins. And I got slaughtered by Merfolk even before the new Merfolk Lord. It was by a player in the local area who is well known for playing Merfolk. Rancid, 25 months. Thank you. 1 more month into the next cycle. Yeah. Thank you. Dude, I can't believe that we're, like, Brothers War is so soon. Brothers War is, like, in, like, a month and a half or 2 months or something. Thoughts on Humans? Humans is good. I think that I've always liked for Humans, or always, since like the last time I did the trophy race and was working on the deck, I've always really liked main decking Ranger Captain, where Ranger Captain, like, finding you a champion of the parish is, like, a good value. Okay, new matchup 2-0. We started off 2-0 last league, ended up losing round 3 to Tron. 4-1 the last league, 6-1 on the day. Would Grist be better than second Tracker? Tracker's really, really good in the list. Grist is, like, super reasonable to play too. Grist is super reasonable to play. I've played Grist in the past in Gen Saga, and I remember there was some reason I didn't like it that much, but it may be time to return to it. I will say, like, obviously, like, the conversation about the top-end threats with these Gen decks is worth talking about. Okay, my opponent's on a Mull to... They went Mull to 4 concede. Dredge is not gonna Mull to 4 concede to Inquisition. Tron might. Let me do some scouting, huh? Just gonna Google their username. See what comes up on Goldfish. Last month they were playing Burn. That is the only. So they have Shamans in October. That's a whole month ago, though. Yeah, I feel like Boseiju is good against most decks that Mull to 4 and concede to an Inquisition. Hey, Lucy. Hey, Lucy, come here. Come here. And Athena's here, too. Let's try this. A little bit of a hedge against Tron with the Boseiju. It's not going to quite bring in the Alpine Moons, though. I'm going to keep this, probably. Might go turn 1 Triumph. We'll see what they do on their turn 1. Yeah, my opponent might think, Yawgmoth? Yeah, my opponent might think that I'm on Grixis Shadow. let's bolt the bird. I think you could make a good case for playing Triumph too. I mean, Forest. You're supposed to think Forest Birds of Paradise is Yawgmoth, chat. You know. it's been Yawgmoth for a long time. I'm okay if my opponent Dried Arbor blocks here. Good concession from the opponent too. Yeah, it's totally fine with this. Just Stone Rain them. We'd like to draw an untapped Black Source next turn. Go away with discard spell, but this is fine. Yeah, I think for Forest Birds of Paradise, you're supposed to assume it is Yawgmoth until proven otherwise. I didn't bring in the Needle. We have so many Boseijus in the deck too. I guess I should Thoughtseize. I might want to take a Yawgmoth. So they can't Chord for 0 because the Dryad is gone. Yeah, just definitely taking Yawgmoth, I guess. Any world where I Boseiju them? Not really. I'm just gonna call upon my savior, Giganta. I rarely see shadow decks. Are they still competitively viable? They're competitively viable. I think that the player base as a whole is preferring to play Murktide for those kind of like tempo Ragavan style strategies at the moment. Ooh, dude, they played Urborg. We can punish an Urborg here. That means we just played against it earlier today, actually, but it is certainly a somewhat reasonable archetype to register. Yeah, they could have played Twilight Mire too. Urborg has downsides. Deck's been really good today. We were 6-1 on the day, up a game. Lost a bullshit Gambitron. It doesn't even count. It doesn't even count. Listen, if I draw bad in a match, it doesn't count as a loss. It's a Magic Online's fault. Wow, based on. Alright, I'm gonna slap this Shadowspear on the Termigoyf. Yeah, the first time everybody in chat's agreed on something, huh? But also, if I draw well like I've been doing today, then that's all skill, of course. That's all skill. And good luck from Lucy. Lucy, come here. Who's barely been here all day today. Yeah, come here, Lucy. Come here. Although Athena's chasing her. You have it in standing desk mode. Oh, Athena's too, huh? Athena's here too. Eat Lucy. Yeah, I need to reposition the camera. The tape fell off this morning. Good girl, Lucy. Good girl. Athena sit. Athena sit. Okay, no treat for you. Treat for Lucy for getting home. You guys sit, Athena? Good girl. Good girl. Okay, 3-0. Close hand. Got to mulligan. Good hand. Gonna keep. I think I had a very similar spot where it's like we have plenty of lands with Wrenn and Six. Wrenn and Six fetch lands. I think we're just supposed to put back the Saga at these spots. Yeah, we did. We finally defeated the black bar. I just had to rebuild the scene, and it was only up there because I was too lazy to do it, or busy. I like to think with the new set release. Ooh, up against the Rakdos Scam deck. It's a pretty slow hand. Let me take this Knight's Whisper. Jund can't beat a divination, you know. Okay, they play Polluted Delta for turn. Esther, can you call them? I made a huge mistake. I made a serious and continuous lapse in my judgment. Yeah. Johnson, 28 months. I don't think DRC would be a good substitute for Ragavan without Mishra's Bauble. You could play Mishra's Bauble, but you have to. I'm gonna play around Blood Moon a little bit. But I'm also not gonna obviously slam the tracker without the ability to play a land when I know my opponent has removal. But you could play Elvish Reclaimer. I don't like it very much, but Reclaimer is like reasonable. I'm getting used to the new right-click yield thing. I think I like that it's a checkbox. I think the checkbox makes sense because sometimes it's not clear if you're yielded or not. Seasoned Spiromancer. Discarding Kolagon's Command and Terminate. That is very bold. I think I really want to use my mana here. I'm about to, like, you know, get access to a lot of cards, so. And also ping a token. Just gonna fetch now. Get my swamp. How did they discard both spells I knew about? That's so wild. Yeah, I like killing the token with the Ragavan in my hand. Oh, had the Ragavan in my hand, I should say. But Tireless Tracker, we are untapping with it. Untapping with it. So I draw a card. If I draw a Saga, I might play a Saga. Although now I kind of like the idea of just pinging the token, playing a fetch land, attacking. My opponent doesn't block. I'm going to lose the Wrenn and Six, but I don't need the Wrenn and Six. I have so many lands. And then I'll just go ahead and get my Triumph now. Have really good mana, and then I'm gonna trade off 1 damage for the fact that my opponent is not gonna be able to discard when I draw off the clue. Although maybe that's less relevant than just playing around Lightning Bolt. But they play so much discard. I kind of like this, and they didn't kill the tracker last turn with a bolt. They would have, I think, if they had it. They could maybe have Hardcast Fury here, which cracking the clue doesn't play around either. Maybe they drew bolts for turn. They did not. There's another Wrenn and Six. Any thoughts on not getting Triumph Stations? I'd rather draw Triumph over any land to cycle. I have Tireless Tracker in play, so all of my lands are cycling. So I don't want to draw a tap land. I want the lands untapped, cycling them with the tracker effectively. If I didn't have the tracker in play, like, I think that makes more sense. But like I'm untapping with the tracker, you know. Ooh. Love that for us. Okay, up a game. Not sure how this matchup usually goes. It's probably not too bad for us. I think I'm going to bring in these unlicensed hearses. Thoughtseize does hit Grief and Fury. I think I'll go -1 Thoughtseize, -1 Inquisition. Just click submit. Be right back. Yeah, go do your chair. No? You don't want to go cheer? Come on. Come on. You stay awake. No, you can stay, but you can't be crazy. Void Mirror for free elementals. The problem with the free elementals is that they're free and they come down on turn 1 and we're on the draw, and Void Mirror costs 2 mana. There's one small issue. Is it the up to no good? She keeps distracted. She keeps just like playing too rough with Lucy, or too rough for this room. She could be in here if she's calm. Interesting hand. Okay, I decided to finally like play with the Squee. We played it with the only time we've drawn Squee so far. Our opponent had Hearse in play, although Squee did win us the game, even though my opponent had Hearse. This is gonna be another hand I think where I want to try to prioritize fetching basics for Blood Moon. Although if I get Forest with this, I don't have any red mana. I'm gonna main phase push this though because my opponent plays so many Undying effects in their deck. Hey, play nice with each other. Play nice. Like do I think pitching a Solitude in response to someone pitching for grief on Scam is a good idea? It kind of depends on the situation. Like, what are the cards in your hands? Yeah, I don't really mind them dashing the Ragavan very much. It just kind of, just like everything in Magic, it just kind of depends. Eyeball Head, thank you for the 16 months. Appreciate you. Tarmogoyf is a 3/4. Okay, let's play a 3/4 Tarmogoyf here, and then we can go Thoughtseize plus 2 drop next turn, or maybe Squee, but probably not Squee. There's the Blood Moon. I could have gotten Forest here, but I don't have any. I didn't have any other red mana. Although I can actually cast all the cards in my hand, so I think we're probably fine, huh? Do I just want to slam Squee and get really aggressive? I feel like I probably would prefer to Thoughtseize this turn and play Hearse. So we'll take the Kolaghan's Command to play around the Hearse. And then I probably am not going to be attacking with the Goyf so that I cannot get hit by the monkey. I think that that's probably correct. Although I do kind of need to put the pressure on them with the moon in play. Okay, so though no more Ragavan in hand, which is nice. Doesn't Hearse hurt me? I don't think so. People act like Tarmogoyf is this little baby that if you activate Hearse one time it shrinks, but I can activate this twice without shrinking the Ragavan at all, or the Tarmogoyf at all. Okay, so let's go activate Squee, play Saga to grow the Goyf. Yeah, sorry. I did this to myself again. Get out of here. Get out of here. Hey, get up, get up, get up. Get up. Stream types there. Yeah, but yeah, again, I can activate Hearse twice this game, or twice right now without shrinking the Goyf at all. It's just like, it's not that big a deal. The Goyf shrinks by 1. That's not that big a deal either. Gonna escape the Squee next turn. Definitely feels like a really good spot for it. Don't mind my opponent casting Night's Whisper either. Yeah, so I can exile creature sorcery, creature instance. Although if I squee myself, sounds kind of dirty. If I squee myself, then I do shrink the Goyf by 1, which is probably fine. I can also we'll see what we draw. Todd Clorox. I don't know if that's an internet comment etiquette reference, but if it is, awesome. Welcome, welcome. If not, that's a big big coincidence, I guess. It's a very aggressive attack. Let's have the incident hand. I'll get rid of the incident. Yeah, Eric's great. Big fan. Yeah, so I guess if I Squee, I do shrink this down to 3/4. I think I'm okay with that. Maybe we'll just attack with the hearse instead. I'm also going to Squee. Squee's just so good here. Oh, the drum helps through the moon, too. That's great. I think I should have exiled a creature. I think I messed up with my hearse activations. Or should have not taken a creature. Yeah, literally Uro, huh? Because Terminate the Fury, max punished for. Not keeping this at 4/5 also. A lot of good draws though, and thankfully I can cast a green spell next turn. That is not a good draw. Worst draw on the deck even. Wish I could Giganta here, but I can't. I'll kill this down because of the Undying effects, obviously. And I'm not going to block, so I'm going to attack. And I guess I play this for Squee cards. It's not really doing anything else unless I top deck Boseiju, I guess. But I think the ability to draw another Saga and be able to Squee is better than like being able to draw Boseiju with just one Boseiju in the deck right now. Is Turok good enough to play against non-white decks so that the opponent may make a risk? You can play Turok in this matchup. It's fine. Why play it now? I thought I just said, but maybe there's a delay. I'm playing it so if I draw another Saga, I can escape Squee next turn, which I can't do if I don't play it now. Okay, so I think I'm just wanting to Ragavan, Crew Hearse, attack, put Giganta in my hand. They can't. I think they can see some Pyromancer tokens, which is pretty annoying. Not much we can do about it. Ugh. Ugh. I guess they're not making the tokens, huh? Why did we attack when the token was free? I mean, if they... Oh, and they discarded Turok, but they're one card short of discarding. Yeah, I guess the attack with the token is good, but, you know... Yeah, we should attack with the token. Better to block Ragavan, though. I don't know about literally free. I agree correct, though. So they do need a card in the yard to Kroxa. It's going to be kind of hard. They need a 1-mana instant or sorcery, I guess. That isn't black. It has to be exactly Lightning Bolt or Heat. Certainly the exact kind of game that Squee is really good in. Although I guess now with the Seasoned Pyromancer being 3 power, a little bit worse. Are monkeys beasts? Monkeys are monkeys. Yeah, I agree that the beast subtype is pretty vague, though. I could go Thoughtseize plus Squee this turn. That might be better than Giganta. Although the Squee is definitely just not attacking that well. Senorita, think of Twitch Prime. Yeah, we'll just cast the Elk this turn. And no reason for me to hearse them right now, right? Yeah, maybe Squee is not quite as good as Uro. Although, one nice thing about Squee, though, when you compare it to other cards like this, is like Squee is actually good for 3 mana, you know? When you compare this card to Kroxa or Uro, like, this card has Escape, although Escape for only 4 instead of 5. But, like, it's good when you cast it. It's like it's a super powerful threat that you have to kill, and it's a card that you have to kill that you can get back for value later. Excellent, Crook. So we don't need to do a main phase. We could just respond to any card going to the yard. That's a lot of Undying effects. And do anything with the Hearse untapped. So just leave the Hearse untapped, take the Agadeem's Awakening, I guess. And then I am going to go for the Squee and kill them next turn. Is Rectos mid-range without scan package still good? I imagine it's not terrible. I haven't played much of it lately. I would definitely be down to play it again. I also think Squee is likely very good in both Rakdos decks, and I think that I will probably spend some time working on a list for that next week. You took the only card they couldn't cast Over the Moon? I don't know, dude. Literally none of their hand does anything. Why are you complaining? Their entire hand is useless. And they have three. I took the copy of the card that isn't redundant, right? Because they have 3 undying effects. And they can play this as a land. A land is better than any of the other 3 cards in their hand. Right. Prediction time. Oh, sorry. We're playing for the trophy against Amori the Collector. My opponent's username is also the Enchantment Guy. So I'm assuming we're up against Enchantress. So I'm going to go ahead and mulligan. We have a Boseiju. One of Boseiju is really good. Obviously, hoping to find the Wrenn and Six. I'm going to put back the Shadowspear, I think. Yeah, so I think with 3 unders in the main, you could cut this one on the side, cut a Turok, cut the Marches, play 2 Prismatic Ending, and the extra Teferi in the sideboard, then the rest of the sideboard looks really good. Maybe find room for maybe play 2nd Dress Down over 4th Voidwalker or something, but I like the list for the most part. It looks very cool, very fun. Generally pretty well built. Igname, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Thank you. Okay, can't Boseiju the basic forest. Yeah, definitely want to find Wrenn and Six to go with my Boseiju soon. Although if they can get double Sterling Grove down, we're going to be in some trouble. I suppose I should get a forest here instead of playing the Den, so that if my opponent searches up Blood Moon, I'm not just super cold to that. Tough to draw, only lands so far. Eidolon Blossoms also looking very good. Can't kill it because of the Sterling Grove. Although I have successfully found Wrenn and Six. And if they block here, I can kill the Sterling Grove and kill the Eidolon, but I guess, of course, not super likely that they're going to block. Okay, I have to Boseiju the Grove. The combo is just too much. They can sack and search up something, which is obviously not ideal either, but I mean, they can also, if they do that, they don't get the land, so probably not something we can complain too much about. Why not kill the Grove when they're tapped out? I don't want to give them an extra mana on their turn. I'm okay if they search something up also. Oh, they just searched up another Grove though. I guess that's gonna be good enough, huh? Yeah, maybe not letting them tutor was better. I don't have a ton of experience in the Enchantress matchup, I guess. Yeah, I got some. Soul of Windgrace is definitely not a bad draw, but we're not super likely to win at this point. As 3 souls felt like too much. I would say that I'm closer to playing the 4th copy than cutting the 3rd. It's been really good. I think 3 is the correct number, though. Is Crime Punishment on the sideboard EE? I have 3 Boseijus on the side. So I need to be able to break this up going forward, but that is I have the full play set of Boseijus in the 75. My opponent also might crack Sterling Grove looking for solitary confinement, and if they do that, then I could potentially break things up with Boseiju. Shadowspear. Shadowspear only removes Hexproof. It removes Hexproof Indestructible, not Shroud. Yeah, Turok's definitely fine. Definitely fine card. Ooh, bummer. I'll take a draw step. I don't really know what I'm looking for, though. We're hella dead. I yield. We do get to bring in the rest of the playset of Boseijus. I do think Turok makes sense. I think that Needle on Grove is an interesting option. Probably not worth bringing in. I think one Pyrite Spellbomb just to have a density of Saga targets is fine. The Squee helps us be a bit more aggressive, which is nice. We can maybe cut a Soul because we're bringing in 2 Turoks for mana curve considerations. Down to cut at least the second Terminate, maybe both. Down to trim the 4th Tarmogoyf against an opponent who's likely to bring in Rest in Peace against us. Tracker seems shit. I mean, Tracker grows your construct tokens. At the very least, it's not like, you know, it's not like I have a ton for the Enchantress matchup to be bringing in over the Tireless Tracker. I probably should play the 4th Goyf. I should probably be a bit more aggressive. I agree we could probably cut a land too. You can probably cut the Den. I think Bolt is worse than Terminate. I disagree very strongly, where Lightning Bolt is 1 mana, kill all of their creatures, and can target them. I can only see half. Half of what? I think the only thing off the screen is the Proving Ground right now. Oh, of my face? Why do people care so much when I just like am off camera for a second? I didn't realize my facial expressions were this big a part of the stream. So we have double Boseiju. We don't have Ragavan, we don't have Wrenn and Six though. I think we have Mulligan on the play. Yeah, just turn 1 Ragavan seems really good in this matchup. Which we do have here. I'm actually going to put back the Mire so that I can go turn 1 Ragavan, turn 2 Inquisition, and play Saga. Oh, this is also the matchup where you get punished for not playing snow-covered basics. Because if you hit Omthanized, you don't get to exile it. Although sometimes the Ragavan is just the one getting Omthanized, Tom. Joe Fist, Twitch Prime, thank you. Another Ragavan. I think I'm going to go Inquisition, cast Ragavan. Ooh, they have double... Oh, they have Leyline Binding, very cool. Double Enchantress Presence. Presence is definitely the hardest card to beat. I'm going to take it. They're a little ways away from Leyline Binding doing anything. Yeah, Fracturing Gust being 5 mana is just so much. And, you know, you're going to play against Enchantress like 1 out of 50 matches or something and still, you know, and still win a decent amount of the time. I don't have a forest in play. I'm not going to play the forest so that I can sprawl. We'll just, you know, not forget about Giganta, pass to you. They're probably running Nylea's Presence to go with Binding. I mean, I think they're probably just fixing it with their fetch lands. It's just... Cards, like, you know, it's just so easy to fix for Binding in a fetch land, Triome, Shockland format that I would be surprised if that was the case. Yeah, just, you know, like, you know, one off color Triome, your mana is fixed. They do play the Enchantress's Presence, which can obviously go with their Solitary Confinement. Kind of slow though. Hopefully you can put some pressure on them. There's Wrenn and Six. We obviously don't have the any Boseiju yet, but maybe we can assemble that soon. Maybe we can hit our own Leyline Binding off Ragavan. Not quite that lucky. Yeah, I'll just go Forest, Wrenn and Six. Make a token end of turn. Have to sack a treasure. Hand is Solitary Confinement, 3 mystery cards, Leyline Binding, 2 mystery cards. Okay, I have a Fatal Push for that. Definitely a really important card to Fatal Push. I'm not gonna use my treasure end of turn though, since I would prefer to keep this treasure around to make the Urza Saga tokens bigger and badder. I could also Pyrite Spellbomb. Sanctifier. I think that I should Fatal Push. Maybe Sanctify, maybe Pyrite Spellbomb their face, but this kills everything besides the creature that turns lands into creatures, but I'm not too scared of that card. If they Veil of Summer me, I can Pyrite Spellbomb also, but I would prefer to just play Saga again. Yeah, Destiny Spinner. Also, maybe, you know, if they're gonna go for solitary confinement next turn, maybe we'll be priced into sacking the Pyrite Spellbomb, looking for a Boseiju. Oh yeah, because of Amori. Right. Don't have too much experience playing against Amori either. I guess. I'm beating just like any like dopey creature this turn, so I should probably sack this now because I could also draw a discard spell now for the solitary confinement, and they can't Heliod it back and cast it. Okay, just a monkey. Oh, which Triumph did I exile? I exiled there, yeah, the Rafine's Tower. So they can't. They're not gonna be able to 1-mana Leyline Binding. They're going to have containment, 4 mystery cards, 5 mystery cards if they draw off the presence. Definitely not a super comfy situation to be in. Oh yeah, they were trying to Leyline Binding, but Ragavan did so conveniently stop that. Is Binding better than Blood Moon? I think you can play 1 Blood Moon still as a tutor target, but oh dude, we ripped the Boseiju. That's so sick. Let's go. Okay, very cool. Maybe I want the extra Soul of Windgrace just to be like drawing cards. They can't. I guess they have some creature removal, but I think on the draw it's kind of harder to like aggro them out with Squee too. Let's do this. Do you think Red Black Rocket's better? Red Black Rocket is better when 4 colors switches to Leyline Binding because of Turok. No. No. Leyline Binding is just like nuts and hits literally everything else in the deck besides Den of the Bugbear. And like Red Black can't answer the Leyline Binding ever. I wouldn't say that it gets better, but I could be wrong. Alright, let's have Ragavan, Wrenn, Boseiju in our 7-card hand. You have Ragavan, Wrenn. I can't really mulligan. Take out Heat. I mean, they just have like they have so many 2-mana creatures. I think you want all the 1-mana removal spells. They have 8 2-mana, 2 toughness creatures. The nut draw. Tracker can hopefully help us dig for a Boseiju though, if we need it. Although hopefully they don't just have double Sterling Grove. Oh, they don't have a second land. That's what they don't have. I think I'm into just playing Tracker, and I think I'll plan on playing Wrenn and Six next turn. This is just, you know, max pressure against an opponent who has missed their second land drop. Andy, 8 months, they could thank you. Although maybe they have the Sanctum Weaver, and they're going to be able to make make mana without the lands. Oh, they did also draw their land for turn. Okay, I guess that's the plan. Just Soul of Windgrace into tons of damage. I can't imagine that they're blocking here ever. As long as we don't see Leyline Binding off the top. Oh my gosh. This Ragavan card's pretty good, huh? Ragavan, pretty good. Might want to bolt their face. Yeah, after top decking last game too, jeez. Wow, there was a turn where we could have cast Soul of Windgrace and we didn't. The card's actually garbage, huh? Yeah, no complaining about top decks for like at least one game. I think we're gonna be 9-1 on the day, chat. I think we're gonna be 9-1 on the day. Obviously, like a little bit early to declare victory, but we're super ahead here. Super ahead. Okay, have another removal spell for that. Seems like a clear lightning bolt attack, Soul of Windgrace post combat. Okay, probably not going. Sorry, I thought I clicked mute. Probably not going to cast that solitary confinement though. Yeah, Wrenn Confinement is a combo. But I don't think... I think we'll probably just try to attack him, huh? Oh, the Desperation Confinement with no Enchantress effect in play. I guess I'm not making a token. I'm likely going to be like discarding lands and trying to... Or I guess it's better to sack 2 Tracker than it is to discard the Soul of Windgrace here. Digging for another Boseiju. So I guess I maybe could have fetched first, but I do have, you know, Legends in play, so I'm able to still Boseiju if I find it. They have Shroud, right? So yeah, so I can't Thoughtseize them. I will still attack with my Soul to get back my Saga. Impasse. Has the 4-drop Windgrace and everything prevalent? It's been good. I really, really liked it. I mean, obviously, Jund is, again, interested in playing cards like Soul of Windgrace. It's interested in playing grindy 3 and 4 mana spells. And I've played a lot of cards like this and in Jund Saga, and I have liked Soul of Windgrace more than any other grindy card that you have access to. Okay, so 4 Boseiju's in the deck. Still digging. One more look. Yeah, we don't get to trigger the Ragavan. Opponent says, please don't draw it, thank you. So my opponent's going to go down to 1 card in their hand, but presumably they're going to be able to start drawing cards with the Enchantress's presence to stay alive. Naturals, thank you for the 6 months. Appreciate you. You can't Thoughtseize them, they have Shroud. They discard Sterling Grove. Their last card is a second Enchantress's presence. That's kind of unreal. However, if they drew a land off this trigger, they lose. They did, we win. Oh, sorry, they can still draw they can sack this in their upkeep and they can still draw another confinement. So not definitely win. We have 4 Boseiju in the deck. We're 25 cards deep. Still have not found one. Still on the search for Boseiju. I might be out of fetchables. Hold on. Yeah, out of fetchables. Why do they play the land? Because they're going to draw a card for turn next turn. They have to. Oh, they get a cycled though. Alright, 30 cards deep, no Boseijus. However, my opponent has to sack their Solitary Confinement. They have to sack their Solitary Confinement. I've sacked 10 clues this game. And they have to they either have to draw Confinement or draw 1 mana enchantment into Confinement this turn. Or I guess they could go 2 mana enchantment, draw land Confinement. Did you Eidolon Blossoms? We win. GG. We have a few removal spells in hand. A few Urza Sagas in play. Fog incoming. Thankfully, we know that there's nothing to play around because they have Umori. There's no concerns. They're also dead on board even without a removal spell, though. GG, look like you got me? I think so, too. A second clue, though, using the mana. So we are currently 9-1 on the day. Nine and 1 on the day. Let's play one more. Feeling pretty good. We did well the other day when we played the deck, too. Still want to play a little bit more of Squee, although I think it's possible you just want to play third tracker over Squee. I guess we can get an outcome of league prediction going too. Yeah, that's my second trophy this season. I trophied with the Mono Red, Prowess List, and now this. But a trophy with Jund Saga counts as 2, I think. I think it counts as 2. Not a lot in our treasure chests. Theros block constructed staple prognostic sphinx. Carpeted flowers might be worth something. I know it's seeing a lot of play in Legacy right now.